The common misconception that people make is, I'm just going to build business credit, and not realizing that the business credit stands on top of the personal credit. So if your personal is all the way down here, your business credit is going to be all the way at the bottom, but it's going to take longer to build. But if my personal credit's up here, guess what? I put my business on here, and within 6 months, I can have a stellar Dun& Bradstreet Paydex score. I can have a stellar Equifax score, and I can have a stellar Experian business score.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros Podcast, the show dedicated to equipping you with the fuel to scale your real estate portfolio. I'm your host, Scott Bursey, and today we're tearing down the biggest bottleneck to growth: securing high-limit, non-recourse funding. We're talking about moving past small personal loans and building true institutional-level business credit. Joining me today is the funding acceleration expert, Ali Badi of the Score Machine. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Scott, for having me today. I'm looking forward to the podcast.
Absolutely. And we're talking about the Score Machine today and how serious investors need to shift their thinking around business credit. It's not just a tool for emergency cash, it's an accelerator for portfolio growth. And Ali, for our listeners who might not be familiar with you or the Score Machine, can you give us a brief overview of your mission and your focus?
So our mission is to take people out of the darkness and bring them into the light. A lot of people don't realize how to get institutional lending and don't realize how to be institutionally ready. So what we did was we created an AI software that actually brings you there with our strategic partners who pull your credit, pull your understanding, get you to where you need to be. Because the biggest recourse that people don't understand, institutionals lend on the personal credit, even in the business. So what we try to do is prepare your personal credit to get you lended in your business, and then shift your ideas and your knowledge to business where it needs to be when you're all institutionally prepared.
Absolutely. Well said. Let's start with the biggest misunderstanding about business credit that blocks entrepreneurs from assessing capital. Let's be honest. So the focus is always on minor debt, not demonstrating capacity at scale. Stop treating it like personal credit. It's an asset acquisition tool, not a safety net. What is the fastest, most ethical way investors can add tangible depth to their business credit report this week, Ali, if they wanted to?
So tangibility with adding debt, or let's say we're going to add fundage. Okay, we're gonna add people to get the actual debt that they're looking for, which is actually getting usable money. And the way that comes in is by, first off, looking at you personally. So the bank realizes as a business is young and still doesn't have the tax returns, doesn't have anything that it needs to fund on its own two legs, we need to look at the parent. Think about this as a child. When you were 18 years old, you wanted to buy that brand new Camaro.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Any souped up hot rod, any souped up car, I don't care, male, female, you wanted that car, the Jeep, whatever the case may be. You went to the dealership that day, and guess what? You walked in, you're like, I want to apply. You get denied immediately. Why? Because you have nothing. So guess what you got to do? You got to go home with your tails in between your legs, go home to mom and dad and ask mom and dad, hey, can you co-sign for this car? Now what happens? You now have just set up the thing for somebody else to say that you are viable, you're going to pay your bill. Well, guess what? You're doing the same thing with your business. You are the mom or dad of your business. And if you are the mom or dad of your business, you have to get it to stand up on its own legs. Well, how do you do that? Your credit report. Your personal credit report tells the bank, if the risk of the business is too high, I will assume the risk. And the way that I assume the risk is by putting my personal credit score up, and I personally guarantee the risk. Is that something that everybody wants to do? Absolutely not. But do we have to do it to build up quickly? Yes. If you want to get $25, $50, $100,000 today in your business, you have to assume that risk. And that's the key. You have to. Go for it, Scott. I apologize.
Crucial point, Ali. Just crucial. Vendor lines are only fundamentally sound to the extent of the report the major commercial bureaus have. You know, if it's not reporting to D&B, Experian, or Equifax, you're just paying bills, not building leverage. Couldn't agree with you more. And on that note, how can an investor move past the $500K funding ceiling and qualify for institutional credit?
You have to show that your business makes money. What is told by us, by our accountants, is the business doesn't make money. Well, risk assessment. They're going to ask you for your taxes. When they ask you to view your taxes in your business and you say that you make zero, but you're claiming all these numbers and everything shows in the account, but you're claiming zero, they're going to be like, wait, how are you asking for over 500,000, but yet you make no money? That's the thing. You have to make the business show that it makes money. You have to make the business understand that it makes money to get through the debt ceiling, because that's the way that they're going to lend you money. That's the way they're going to go about it on the business side. Okay. That's the key. We want to show that we make money.
Absolutely. That's the enterprise shift. Underwriters look for corporate structure, clean docs, and zero personal guarantees. It's moving from small purchases to a sophisticated asset-backed strategy. Point well taken. And Ali, many real estate investors blur the line between personal and business expenses. How critical is this separation to achieving high-limit funding?
So what happens is, you know what, I'm going to say the truth over here. I'm known for doing the same thing and dabbling in the same thing, but you have to clean up your books. 4 bank accounts. 4 bank accounts is the key. The bank account where the money comes in, the bank account where your expenses go out of. And I mean expenses like, in this case with a real estate investor, where you're going to pay your plumber, where you're going to pay your carpenter, where you're going to pay the appliance guy, where you're going to pay all those people. That's where that comes out of. Those are your expenses. You have your savings account, which is for your taxes, and then your last account, which could be for miscellaneous. But you also have to take a paycheck. And that miscellaneous can go in payroll. Some people are a little small, so I'm going to say with the smaller one, but the bigger guys, your fourth account is payroll. And guess who's on the payroll? You are.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
You have to be on the
Absolutely.
payroll.
Yes.
And Scott, what happens is, how do they get caught up in the trap? They get caught up in the trap because they don't pay themselves a sophisticated, they don't pay themselves enough money. And that's the key. Pay yourself enough money. If your business is making enough money, pay it.
It's the difference between being funded and rejected. Banks demand corporate separation. That is such a great point. That is such a great point. And beyond the credit score, what corporate details like EIN, establishment, or business address are deal breakers for institutional lenders, Ali?
So no home address, no fake phone numbers, no UPS store, no whatchamacallit, what was the name of the other one? UPS, FedEx, Kinko's, no any mailbox store that's in your local area. Don't go get that garbage. Go get yourself an actual Regency, any of these other companies that have a place that you can rent out, that you can go in, all that stuff, and show that you have a corporate address. They look at this, and an underwriter looks at all this stuff. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a dabble of what I used to do before I got into the AI game. Google Maps. Have your business registered on Google. Have reviews. Have people talking about your business. If they're not talking about your business, you're not legit. When an underwriter, and I literally just had somebody here 5 minutes ago, I said, I can't even Google you. To me, you don't exist. Bingo, the underwriter's thinking the same way. So all the stuff has to be aligned where you're looking at that. You want to have a Trustpilot account. You want to have what's the heck the name is that other one? Forget about it. I'll skip over it. But you want to have these accounts where your people can see you. You have visibility. You want to have a website. You want to have your website that points to that Regency address. You want to have an online phone. I use a company called Quo, QUO.com. I'm not even going to drop an affiliate link over here. Take that one. That's a great company. You can do text messaging. You can do phone number, and it goes right on your cell phone. You need these things to show viability.
Absolutely. Deal breakers, period. Lenders are looking for businesses that look legitimate. A physical address, dedicated business phone, and a fully established EIN are non-negotiable signals for structure. And Ali, let me ask you this. What big nugget or advice do you have for our audience here today?
Readiness starts when you're ready. What happens is people they're ready at the wrong time. Readiness starts when you're ready immediately. When you start putting in that I want to start investing. I want to get to that next level. I want to push to that next level. I want to get to that plot, and you're not ready, you're never going to start. But when you're ready, you're going to start making the investment. You're going to start putting yourself into that thing. It doesn't matter how long it takes, because now you're ready. Your mindset is set to it. You're ready to go and attack the world. You're ready to go do what needs to be done. And that's when readiness starts, when you're ready to actually execute on it. Because what happens if you have personal bad credit? You're not going to stay involved in fixing the credit because you're no longer ready. Oh, this is costing me too much money. Oh, this is taking time. Oh, this is that. Oh, I need to get my inquiries down, but I don't know how to do that. Now this is the next piece. I don't have enough money to get started. And now all the roadblocks start happening. And instead of jumping over the hurdles, you just stop behind it and you're no longer ready. You just stop, you pause, and that's it. Be like, continue working your 9 to 5.
Great advice. And finally, what is one action item our audience can execute today to immediately improve their funding future?
So I would normally say go into the software. I tell everybody get into the software. The reason I get into the software is just to view your account and view it in such a way where it actually makes sense.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
You want it to make sense to you. You want it to be broken down easily to you. Basically, our software is so easy that if you can drive a car, you know how to use the software. Red means stop, green means go. And that's how we have it. That's literally how we have it set up. But on top of that, one thing to do is learn about your credit. Learn about what makes it tick. Software does that. But if you do like, Ali, I don't want to spend money on the software, I'm not there yet. Fine. Learn about your credit. Credit Karma is not the best place to be. Get out of Credit Karma. Get out of these places. Go to Experian, go to Equifax, go to TransUnion, pull your actual report, start learning how to read your actual report. After you learn how to read your actual report, then you can start to actually attack the things. Credit Karma is not what everybody should use. The reason that we created our business is because Credit Karma was giving loans. Well, not loans. They were giving advice to people to go apply and then ruining an inquiry because they didn't pull from the bureau that they have. So that's why we don't use those things. We utilize the big bureaus. We get our information. Free annual credit report.com is another good one to get your first credit report for free. All three tri-bureau merge. Take a look at that. Get in there. Understand how to read the report. When you read your report and you build your personal, then you will start building your business just as fast. The common misconception that people make is, I'm just going to build business credit, and not realizing that the business credit stands on top of the personal credit. So if your personal is all the way down here, your business credit is going to be all the way at the bottom, but it's going to take longer to build. But if my personal credit's up here, guess what? I put my business on here, and within 6 months, I can have a stellar Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score. I can have a stellar Equifax score, and I can have a stellar Experian business score. And that's the real hack. Your personal credit is the hack, because I can literally show you over here in my drawer over here, all business credit cards. All business credit cards. These are all business credit cards that I have. Why? Because that's what we do. That's what I do on a daily basis. I pull business, I pull personal, I pull everything.
Ali, we've covered a lot of ground here today, and I know people are going to want to tap into your brain. I know that for certain. For the listeners who want to build with you and just to follow your play-by-play journey, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Instagram is Mr. I Sell Money. Nice and easy. And then the best way to actually get locked in with us is the Score Machine. So it's thescoremachine.com. Get locked in with us just get into the brand. And what happens is we have a community. We have everything with the Score Machine that comes free of charge when you buy the Score Machine. So if you spend $197 to get in, you get access to everything. I'm not a mentor. I don't upsell mentoring and coaching and any of that stuff. No, we give it absolutely away for free, because the whole point is for you to be able to fund yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us today, Ali, and for sharing those vital insights.
Thanks, Scott.
And for our listeners, we appreciate you. If you got value from today's episode, please subscribe. We have more conversations coming up with operators just like Ali. Until next time, keep your standards high and your vision clear. We'll see you in the next episode, everyone.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.